Welcome back, folks. The last round, the last back nine of the Welcome to the Jungle number 7, presented by Discmania, all the way at Coggshall Park in Fitchburg, Massachusetts, sponsored also by Discgolf 978. This was a really fun tournament, and it's only going to get a little more exciting at the end here. Through 9, we have Keith Sykes, Rees, we have David Mahoney, and Ryan Mooney. Let's check out their scores, though.
Ryan Mooney's currently in the lead, 9 down.
Dude, he is pressing. That's all I gotta say. Sponsored by Green Mountain Boys, and David Mahoney sponsored by Team Tank, and Dylan Rees sponsored by Discraft, and then Keith Sykes sponsored by Discgolf Bras. We have a really good show down here.
These guys are all still in the mix with a massive card of very good shooters following right behind them, just a couple strokes off of them as well. So
Absolutely.
These guys are in for a treacherous back 9.
And thanks again to Bob Kolchuk, the TD, the Tournament Director of the Year, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Hosting this. And the winner's going to get $1,200. We finished the front 9 talking about that. And second place is like $800. And on top of all of this, this is the Sunstein multiplier, meaning that these points are worth 2 times the PDJ points in the road to Maple Hill for the Massachusetts Grand Prix tournament. And like you said, Dylan, Edwin, Matt Nowd, and Kyle Moriarty are also pushing and hunting that first place prize. So here we have hole 10, continuing on from the front 9. This is a nice little downhill hyzer. A lot of people are going to throw their putter or mid-range, and we might even see an ace. This is definitely an ace line for many folks. And the only OB that you have to avoid is short left.
So Dave, as you said that, leaked this little short, but it was
I believe he's all right. I believe he's okay.
You think he's all right? I think he's OB. We're gonna find out, you guys.
We'll find out. That was his Challenger OS.
Right there.
And Ryan Mooney starting off, continuing where he left off with his S-Line MD3. Nice shot. Oh my gosh, that's the ace line. Check this one out. Wow.
He lands right
next to him. That was his DGA breaker.
That was impressive.
And Keith Sykes.
He leaves that on the outside perfectly. He's going to leak in a little...
Oh!
Yeah, I was going to say he was on the high side, but that can funnel in.
And this deserves an amplified insurance replay because he throws his zone here so well. He's not taking his rock or rainmaker like we saw in the first round.
He likes the stability here, and I think he does this on purpose because, like I said, if you miss the last tree... you can funnel to the basket from the backside, and that's exactly what he does.
Yeah, that was
Dave is in the drop zone here, so...
he did go OB. Dang. Let's see if he hits a banger. He's been making a few of them. Great shot by David.
He has one of the most perfect putting styles for that drop zone. He can hit that. I know he can.
And here's Dylan for his birdie. Easily done. Not too shabby.
Happy to be in bounds, but definitely still shaking off the wetness there from his disc.
Let's see if he can get as many birdies as he did first round. Link in the description if you want to see him shred the back 9. He goes off.
That was impressive back 9.
Was it 8 for 9?
Yeah. 7 or 8 for 9.
Yeah, let's see if he can do it again.
And Ryan gets his birdie as well, and then Keith right from the backside of the green. So 3 birdies on that.
Let's talk about Ryan Mooney because he is not slowing down.
10 down now.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Here's hole 11, sponsored by East Coast Metal Roofing. Big turnover. If you have a certain flick shot, you can also try to get up there. It's got to be high. It's got to be
really high and it's good stall shot.
Huge skips too. But one of my favorite one of my favorite holes to do a drone because it just had a subtle turn to it, and it just opens up to a beautiful green. I think.
Ryan takes that high forehand shot. He misses it. Oh, he gets a little clipped down, which I think is going to happen a lot with the forehand shot. It's crazy seeing this video right now. Cogs looks nothing like this at the moment.
And it's only been a month and a half or 2 months.
It's crazy.
He was taking his Star Destroyer, and Dylan parked it last time in the first round. Let's see if he does it here.
He's happy with that.
Yeah, that was a good shot. That was his, I believe that was his Undertaker. And here is Keith with his DX Rock.
crazy kicks, lands him still in the fairway. Very approachable for him.
But you can see that he knows how to take his DX versus his KCs. That's something that Shane Wyatt does really well in terms of stabilities and learning to know that the disc is going to flip just because the disc is DX, you know. So
Dave was a little frustrated with his drive there, but it really wasn't bad.
And here's Keith Sykes. Oh my gosh, that's the second one that I feel like he was really going for it.
He likes the backstop. You see, Dave was just pinched off a little on the inside, but he's in a great position to attack. He's attacking.
He almost hit it.
I think he knows.
Arm up.
I think he knows he's at the back nine now. I mean, it's score or don't score.
Yeah, and he's got a backstop. You know, that Keith was thinking the same thing. I think David Mahoney was thinking the same thing, that they got a backstop.
These guys know they can putt.
Exactly.
Keith's footing is very interesting.
Yeah, that's not the best footing, and I'd be a little concerned, but no, you can't be concerned when Keith rocks. I'm just kidding, Keith Sykes, because you're just a really good putter.
That was awesome. Now, Dave has a very similar putt.
Yes, he does, and you know he's hitting it. You knew that was going in.
That's why both of those guys ran it, though. They knew they were getting those back.
Yeah, they're both very good putters, and they're very confident putters. You can tell right here, the spin is what's going to allow them to do that and get right into the heart of it. Great job, boys.
You just can't soft a putt like that. You have to go right at it.
No, you can't.
Perfectly, and Ryan's got an easy
If you
tap
soft it, you're going to get that weird tap. You're going to get that weird reaction, and it's just not going to sit.
Too many variables.
Yeah. I've learned that over the years. Hole 12. One of the easiest holes on the course.
It's the other must. It's the other must get.
Yeah, and it's a good hole, averaging 2.69. Little short hyzer, or there's this new flick lane on the left there. The drone's not going to show it to you, but Adam's familiar with it.
Absolutely, and I think now it's becoming a 50-50.
50-50?
I'm seeing so many people take that flick line. It's very aceable from there.
And here is Ryan Mooney.
Super popular play, overstable putter or mid-range right over the rock. He took the ace line, he just took it a little bit short.
Yeah, that was the tactic. That was a great looking shot there.
Now, Dylan was telling me on the first round that the only reason he jump putts this hole is because he wants to be able to say he got a jump putt ace.
My goodness, and he almost just got it there with his roach. What a great looking shot. Let's take an amplified replay
I'm
look
positive
here.
He's going to get it one of these times.
Look at this. Just perfect.
He was telling me he wants it so bad just to get a jump putt ace one time.
I don't think jump putts are as easy as he makes it look.
No, he has a lot of power.
Yeah, that was really nice.
Power and accuracy, not the easiest thing to do when you're taking that size of a putt.
And here his zone, Keith Sykes, leaving a little short. And that's one of the things that you can't do on this hole, leaving a little short. You have to commit to the full shot.
Look at these guys proving me wrong quickly. 4 for 4 back in.
On the other line that no one you said was going to take. No, I'm just kidding.
No, not a single person. I mean, a couple of short approaches here, but
long bid for 2.
These guys are all going to be able
That's a scary putt to run because I don't think the camera shows how much downslope that is. And Dave actually just saw how downsloped it is because it's still going.
Yeah, it actually, if you can get on edge, it can go.
Unfortunately, that's exactly what happened for Dave there.
There's a couple of small trees blocking him, but wow.
That's a tough comeback.
He puts that just an inch low.
Yeah. Sponsored by Meadowbrook Orchids. I love that course. That course is coming out so good.
If you haven't been, just go.
Yeah, just go. You're not going to be mad or upset. If anything, you're going to say, wow, that was a really fun experience.
Yeah, it's become a really special piece of property here in Massachusetts.
I can't wait to just play tournaments there.
No, I can't either. It's become a layout that's fair for absolutely everybody, from a 1,000 rated golfer to a 950 rated golfer to a 920 rated golfer. Are all going to be able to go out there and try to flex their skills in their divisions and get a real big mix of New England golf.
Yeah, it's a really fair course. Moving on to hole 13, sponsored by us, Greatestmediateam. We chose this hole because I think it's one of the picture perfect holes in terms of what Coggshall is. It's really got that perfect tunnel shot, mid-range to fairway if you want to, or even a putter, but just a really looking like a really pretty hole.
Yeah, you have everything, man. You have the rock faces, the exposed roots, the tunnel shot. I mean, it's a lot of what Coggs is all about in one single hole. I love where Dylan just landed. I prefer downhill putts as it is, but it's actually a great look at the basket.
That was a great look. And that was his roach. He is feeling it with his roach.
Here comes another smooth backhand to the high side. Like I said, look at it filter.
That S-Line MD3 is doing work for him.
He's a great fill. I mean, he is absolutely just doing fantastic. Trusting all of his shots.
He's playing so well.
You'll see that line taken a lot of times. Just
and it's
early
fine.
Turnover.
That's totally fine because if you can't hit that front gap, that's the miss.
A lot of people say it's easier. It's easier to just go around that cluster of trees and filter towards the basket. Instead, I mean, as you see Keith here,
he's trying to make it go really straight, and
lands well for him, but it can leak away.
Yes, it absolutely can. And that was his KC Rock for Keith there, and then for Mahoney, I believe that was his challenger.
He's flirting with the OB. You can see the line is actually just about 5 feet behind him. So,
and I found myself there somehow, some way.
Gets a little closer to the basket every year, I think. Shout out to Bob.
I think it does.
Shout out to Bob.
Here's Dylan for his birdie, making it look easy. Great job. Let's take a replay look here.
This high side is a fantastic place to hit putts from.
Sponsored by Amplified Insurance. We appreciate you sponsoring Greatestmediateam to produce content like this, and that was just a great, excellent birdie, and continuing his birdie streak. You can see that he's 3 for 5.
Ooh, from just about the same spot.
I feel like he didn't deserve that. Like, that was a good-looking putt, and he was in a good spot. And here's Dave for his par.
Excellent.
Yeah, good par comeback.
That's the difference between
Team Tank,
professional putters. I mean, those putts, he knows he can make them, and he has to.
So this was the third easiest hole, averaging 2.87. I was a little surprised by that.
I don't think
GMT doesn't want to sponsor too much of an easy hole, but it's all right. We were going for the picturesque beauty of it.
Now Keith left himself a little low there, and he's going to end up taking a bogey here.
Keith's getting the weirdest bogeys. I feel like he's getting the harder ones.
That might have been a par.
Yeah, I think that might be his par.
That's right. He actually just had that drive that left him a little long left.
Hole 14, sponsored by Rad Disc Golf. Beautiful hole. I feel like the right side's opened up a little more. There was one tree.
Come out, yeah.
Okay, there you go. You can see the drone is sort of taking that new route there. And that never used to be that open.
No.
But you can see that once you're past that, it's sort of open. It just, you can have something that glides and get down there, I feel like.
I've seen aces going that new right-hand route. Quite a few of them, actually. Shout out to Granite, who just recently did it. Andy Duquette, I know, has an ace on that hole, taking that line. But I would like to point out, that there is a forehand line on this hole that can get you right to the basket. It's not a real achievable ace from that line, but if you can force one up the left-hand side, you can land right in the circle.
Wow, what a beautiful shot with his Undertaker.
That's where you want to land. Safest place to land.
Great correction from last round, too. And here is Ryan Mooney with his Origin. I believe this is the Lux Origin, the 978, Discgolf 978 Raivis stamp.
It was a great shot. He took the second most conventional route on this hole.
I'm just surprised he didn't take the Essence. He's been playing the Essence so well. I was just a little surprised that he didn't want to do that.
Keith goes straight as an arrow right up the... he basically went up the flick
Circle
line.
2, though. Look at that.
There it is.
There it is.
So Dave did take the flick line. I think he turned his disc over a little bit too much, or turned his wrist over a little bit too much and found trouble, but it's not the craziest place to be, hole 15.
I feel like the Kongs got him in trouble twice now.
It has. Yeah. But look at that.
That was a great upshot by him.
So he was able to clear everything from 15's fairway over to 14's basket, and he left himself a makeable par putt, which is awesome, especially for him, where he's got that putting game going on right now.
Yes, he does. Feeling pretty good. And here is Ryan Mooney.
He's saving par here.
It's not an easy look. This is, I would say, the third hardest hole. Let me double check. Yep, it is the third hardest hole. And
so Ryan taking a bogey here won't be the end of his hot streak. I mean, something had to happen eventually, and
absolutely.
I'm sure he'll brush it right off. He's been playing so hot through the first 13 holes.
Averaging 3.13. It's not an easy hole.
Great little comeback look for
Dave Mahoney for par.
Dave Mahoney to save that par from 15's
a great
fairway.
His putt has been good.
It has.
He has not... Oh, I love this camera angle right here, because David Mahoney's pumped. And he's giving me some gestures there. And
there it is.
Dylan Rees with his birdie.
That's a great birdie.
He's familiar with the birdie on this hole.
He hasn't even landed in the most perfect place. If you're going to rush the basket, you have to land on the right side of it so you don't get the roll away.
Yep. And
look at Dave in the background.
This is
excellent.
This is a nice little replay. There's me, actually, too.
Yeah, that's great. Cameo.
And yeah, great looking putt by Dylan, and he's moving on.
He'll be thrilled to have that birdie.
Absolutely. Because, for him, it's a matter of between now 5th and 4th place, which is hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, at this tournament, every place matters.
It really does, especially once you're in the top 15. Once you start getting the 20 or something like that, it's only, $50, $60 here and there. But it really matters when between the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd here. This is hole 15, sponsored by the Brake Bicycle Shop. Again, one of those picturesque Coggshall holes that is just straight. It reminds you of being in a jungle, and you've got to avoid a lot of trees on this one, but I think the secret is the top right side. And we'll see if people opt there or not. Here is Dylan.
Ooh, I absolutely love the play he just took. A big forehand flex past that tree can equal the green. Keith tried to take the line you like.
Yeah, well, so Dylan took his force, and then Keith, he just went with his rock and just missed his line.
Dave hit the line, but he hit it a little bit low, so he caught an incoming tree. Ryan also taking the forehand here. Wow.
Yeah.
All those guys did find the danger of the forehand line. I've hit that tree a couple thousand times.
They were so clean on 14, and then 15 comes along, and you're like, wow, this one's the one that gave them trouble.
What's interesting about this hole is I think...
Great looking shot there.
Wow, that was perfect.
When I think of Keith Sykes, that's the shot that I think of, and he does that better than anybody. I have a good turnover. That was a good turnover.
That was incredible. And what I was saying is this hole, every single person on this card, I guarantee you, has birdied it at least once, and it gets in your head. You know the line exists to get right nestled up to the basket, and then you see so many opportunities to take tough pars, tough bogeys. I mean, so it's a very strange hole in that way. I've seen it aced.
Yeah, averaging 3.13. Just as much as 14. I can't believe you've seen an ace. That's awesome. Who's aced it?
So, Joe DeCarolis aced this hole in a league one night, but no one knew except the card standing on hole 14's tee box, who told us once we walked halfway up the fairway.
Right.
And I hate to say it, but I forget his name. There was a gentleman who used to play in this area all the time, and the very first shot of a Welcome to the Jungle 4 or 5 years back, he aced it.
That's cool.
First shot of the event.
Just like Sam Henderson, when I remember he on his birthday, first throw he had an ace at the Welcome to the Jungle back in 2019.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that is right.
First throw, first round, everything. Now that's memorable. I wish that would happen to me. But
no. I don't have a tournament ace.
I do. I have a couple.
God, that's gonna feel good.
I even got like not a walk off, but it was like the last hole ace.
Chained out at one at Dragon this past weekend.
Oh,
it'll happen someday. One of the new holes on their back course.
Yeah. Well, hole 15 causing a little bit of trouble for these folks, but Keith Sykes is just sort of parring out.
Yeah.
And playing, he's still in contention for second and third.
100%.
At this point, first is a little bit tougher for him, but because Edwin Bedell is going off, once again, he's your 2021 champion. Excuse me, 2020 champion, where he shot really hot. Then he took a year off because Shane Wyatt won that year last year, and now he's back. Edwin Bedell
shooting a fire second round as these guys approach hole 16, just in front of him.
And I will say something: Dylan is 9 down at this point.
Unbelievable. On this card, these guys are just battling to find their way up this hill.
Yes. Hole 16 can be a doozy in terms of just a monster uphill shot. Here's Keith Sykes making it look really easy.
Wow.
Look at this ace line, dude.
Did he hit chain?
I don't think so. I don't think he did. You won't be able to tell from this angle, but great looking rip with his Casey Rock, dude.
That was unbelievable. He finds the world's most perfect line there, and I could have sworn I thought I saw him tickle a chain.
I think it was a little short.
That's incredible. He put himself right where he needed to be. And what trees.
David Mahoney not getting the same angle. Believe he's going with his passion there. And that's a cool little angle by Alex
love
MaClean
this.
there, just like coming back from that. And here's Ryan Mooney, because it's really hard to see going the other way. So I figured this angle would be cooler to watch.
So the overhand shot is something that I've been seeing a lot more here.
I used to do it, and the rolls are just awful. They just get really bad rolls.
The risk of being so high in the air, for sure.
And then just landing on it, improperly or root.
Overhand approach for Dave gets kind of squirrely, but lands just at circle's edge, which for him
For his approach, that makes a little more sense. But off the tee, gets a little tougher.
For sure.
And Dylan looking for his approach. Great looking shot there.
Picture perfect. I mean, if you don't get up there, then it's all about taking your medicine and taking your par.
And Ryan Mooney's just had 2 back-to-back bogeys, unfortunately. So he wants to par this one, but he's gonna have to work for it. That's for sure.
I think he took his zone up and then left himself a 28-foot putt. So.
And this is where I have to ask, did the pressure of knowing that he was doing well get to him a little bit?
A little bit.
It has to, right?
I mean, he was playing so hot, and then that first bogey probably got into his head. And then when the second one happened, whether or not it was a result of the one before, now it's a trend. And then he leaves himself a tough putt at the circle's edge.
And to be fair, this is one of the tougher turns of the course too.
Absolutely.
14, 15,
That's
16.
the next time the course really shows its teeth after hole 8.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know if it's pressure. I don't know if it was just overthinking. But Ryan, if this happens in the future, stay calm and just know that you can play out very well.
Yeah, I mean, oh no.
Oh, you don't want to see that.
Oh no. I don't even think it looked... Wow, it didn't even really look like he rushed that. I mean, but obviously he missed one part of his form and paid for it on a shorty.
I mean, sometimes I ask myself, if I took longer, would I have missed that?
Absolutely.
I'm very technical with my even tap-ins. I don't know if there's something about it.
It can be tough.
Hole 17, sponsored by Stretch's Pickles. Love their pickles. Check out their products.
Man, and the Bloody Mary mix.
And the second par 4 of the course, and it's a really good hole. Just makes you work for your birdie. This is the landing zone right here where the drone is, and then you can see if you have landed there, you have sort of a great approach, but if you don't land there, you're going to have a wall of trees to sort of contend with.
It's one of the cooler holes on the entire course. The most true and interesting par 4s you'll probably find in Massachusetts, just for the sense that it's eagleable, it's birdieable, it's parable, and then bogey, double bogey, triple bogey are all gettable scores as well. So
I mean, you could turn a turnover really hard to the right, like he's doing right here, and get through. That's oh my gosh, he should have got through.
He really should have, and those are the exact shots you see. They get very legitimate looks at eagle. You can go 20, 30 feet past the basket on that line if it just keeps cutting.
That should have worked out. That was your nice strike. That was a good shot. And here is...
Was that the Kong again?
It was his Kong, man.
He's overturning it way too much.
He's trying to put so much on it. Yeah, that's why.
I don't know if the disc has gotten less stable for him over the time. It is an old disc, of course, if it's a Kong. So for him, I don't know if he's not trusting its overstability, but he's forcing that pretty hard to the left, and it's the third time he got caught doing it. And
for Ryan Mooney, he's also getting caught a little left side with the Star Destroyer. I would have liked to see Ryan throw his essence and flip it up personally on that.
So we just saw back-to-back shots from the high side from Keith and Ryan.
Yeah, and they were tough. They were fast shots. So here's Keith. I mean, you can see he's having trouble. I mean, he's barely down there for his third shot. And that was Dave getting down there. Yeah, and that's for par. Wow. Yeah, that's for his par look. I mean,
he had a really good look at that, but then he catches one lead tree. So Ryan's still fighting his way out. It definitely sounded like he caught a branch, which sent him into a tree. And now he's finding himself putting from well outside circle.
And I believe that's for his par.
I do too.
So he's going to be taking another bogey, maybe even a double, actually.
The camera had that looking like it was rolling a little bit as well, so we'll see what happens there.
Oh, tough
we have a couple
there.
putters now able to sit under the basket.
That was Dylan for his birdie. And here's Keith for his par. Oof.
Wow. This hole was not gentle on these
guys. It wasn't. And Dave Mahoney says, you know what, I don't... Actually, no, I'll join you guys.
That looked like it was dropping.
Tough hole for these guys, hole 17. I mean, I think this hole is fair. It averaged 3.78, so we saw a lot of...
Yeah, that's fair. That's really fair. 3.78 is a great average for a hole like this.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would truly hate to see this hole fall above 4.
Yeah, and there was at least one eagle. We know about that, and that was Dylan Cappuccilli, a drop-in eagle. That was amazing.
It's incredible that it's possible.
And finishing off with hole 18, averaging 3.2 for the day, sponsored by Enterprise Bank, and it's a really nice finishing hole in that it sort of makes you either take this left side approach or try to go up the gut, but it's no easy birdie, I'll tell you that much. Averaging 3.2 is a little higher than I thought it was.
I'm actually surprised. I gotta say, it's not an easy birdie, but with the exception of the possibility of triple bogeying like I did in the first round, you really don't see... Oh wow, here we go. The overhand. Yeah, you don't see this hole
beautiful
over par
shot, dude. Oh my goodness.
So with the exception of a little bit of a rollaway, that's probably his like 3 for 3 now in the last 3 times.
He owns this hole, and I mean, when you have a good overhand, which he does, he's one of the best overhand players I know.
Absolutely, I've seen him do some ridiculous things,
and that really just works out for him. That was his Raptor again.
I leaked only a little bit left for him.
Excuse me, that was his Nuke OS. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a pretty fast disc.
Yeah, he threw it on 16 as well. And here's Dave Mahoney.
Taking the outside flex line with something that just doesn't want to pick back up for him there.
That was his flex Raptor, but he leaves himself circle 2, almost circle 3.
Ooh,
Look at that beautiful looking shot by Keith. This is what he does best. I swear he loves those straight, little turn, maybe a little fade. And Ryan Mooney taking his Raptor.
So 36th hole of the day. Definitely discouraged coming off of 3 bogeys and a double bogey, and he ends up feathering that one a little bit too much.
Yep.
So he takes his medicine and lays up to take his par. That's no big deal.
He still had some great plays out there. I loved watching him. And here's David Mahoney. Yes, dude.
Great way to finish the round.
What? That's going to be on Instagram, folks, because that was a great-looking putt.
That's a great way to finish the round.
Oh, Amplified Insurance. We're definitely going to get a replay for this one.
I can guarantee you, too, that probably made him a little bit of money.
I will have to double-check, but...
it could have moved him up.
It could have moved him up. He was having a little bit of struggles in the middle there. But great-looking putt. I mean, that was like 90?
Yeah, you wanted
80?
that. 80, 90 for sure.
Yeah, I can't tell, but that was... Team Tank, baby.
Wherever he was outside circle 2, and he put that in to finish the whole round. It was awesome.
Putt. And here's Keith Sykes for his birdie. Wow. Ooh, leaving
Tough
a little left. And
He's probably
Dylan.
thinking to himself, it's the longest putt he's had to make on this hole in 2 years.
I'm pretty sure Dylan played like 15 down in the back or something like that. He played so well. I mean, between the 2 rounds.
Yeah, unbelievable.
He really likes the back. We can tell that. And here's one more for him. Oh, no. Spoke too early. I did. Sorry, Dylan. Oh, the gesture of sitting down.
He's got a long drive home to New York thinking about that short putt.
I mean, I think he was excited. I think maybe he was thinking about how great his, overhand was there. But it happens. Hole 18.
Oh, my God.
All right, can we just change this basket? Can you get a new basket on 18? Because I've seen too many misses on this
Keith
basket.
had a really tough finish on the putting green. That's 2 absolute dropouts in 2 holes. And 3 holes, rather.
And you can tell that's worth a lot of money.
Yes.
He's a little discouraged, but Keith, you're a great player. You're having a great season.
And it was awesome watching you, man.
Really is. And keep up the great play because there's no stopping you. I can see you being 1,000 rated very soon.
Amazing keeping his cool right there, too.
Yeah, he could have flipped out. I know somebody that would have flipped out.
I'm going to pick that basket up.
And that's it, folks. That's both rounds from the Welcome to the Jungle. We had a blast doing this Greatest Media Team.
Look at
this, who the winner is. Edwin Vidal finishes with -7. Kyle Moriarty -6 coming in second. And Dylan Cappuccilli -11, dude.
So Dylan and Keith tied for 4th place with the top 4 coming off the chase start.
And Dylan shot a course record, I think, or close to a course record. 1060 rated round, by the way. And here's a little bit of the awards here.
Second time, but not in a row, right? So second time champion, Edwin Vidal.
Great win for Edwin there.
Look at these.
The trio. A lot of Sunstein points, NIFA points. What a great event.
Double points.
Let's go, baby. And here's your MP40 winners. We got Paul Kulchuk coming in second, Tim Giorgini in third, and then Justin Chu is having a great year.
This kid came onto the scene and he did not.
I love seeing it. I can't wait to challenge him when I turn 40.
Me too.
And,
See you in a year and a half.
And here's Bob Kulchuk. Thanks again for running this.
Come back next year. It's going to be bigger and better.
There's no surprise there.
Great little words by him, but man, with a lot of action, always putting on a great events. And one more look at that jump.
I hope to see him next year. He'll get it next year.
I think he will, and he'll be on SportsCenter just like he's asked. Thanks for staying tuned, everyone. We really hope you enjoyed this production. We had a lot of fun. Adam Abruzzi, thank you.
Oh, I had a blast, man. Like and subscribe, everyone.
And thanks again to Discgolf 978, Discmania, and everyone who helped make this happen. Take care, everyone.